nomination. Dr. Pearl Giselle Myers. Dr. Francis Joseph Urzulak. Dr. David Brian Parmet. Dr. Luis Angelo Perez, Dr. Herbert C. Miller Award. Dr. Brent Tyler Peters, the Malin H. Delp Award. Dr. Thomas Hahn Baum. Dr. Trey Quang Bong. Dr. Michael Todd Prater. Dr. Tamara Elizabeth Quillen. Dr. Stephen Douglas Rankin. Dr. Scott Michael Ravis. Dr. Janelle Arlene Regier. Dr. Julia Delahanty Wrights. Dr. Anthony John Reisinger. Dr. Sunita Sharma, hooded by her mother, Dr. Sharma. Dr. John Orrin Sides, the Conrad Osborne MD Award. Dr. Jeff Marcus Sloyer. Dr. James M. Smith. Dr. Preeti Srivastava, the Don Carlos Guffey Award. Dr. Danielle Renee Stebbins, the Malin H. Delp Award and the Janet M. Glasgow Achievement Award. Trueworthy. Dr. Kwok B. Trong. Dr. Caroline Dawn Van Sant Kroll, Family Medicine Award. Dr. Vu Nguyen Vu. Dr. Saeed Eric Wadud. Dr. James Lee Walker, Jr., the Benjamin Rush MD Award, Thomas G. Orr Senior Award, and Merck Manual Award. Dr. Ramona Colleen Warren. Dr. Julie Marie Welch, the Academic Excellence Award and Janet M. Glasgow Memorial Award. Dr. Jason Allen Wickman. Dr. Jared Eugene Widman. Dr. N. Jeannie Williams. Dr. Rebecca Vernon Wilson. Dr. J. Brian Woolwind. Dr. Paula Worley, the LMMSA Award. Dr. Aaron David Lee Wright, the Simon E. Hirshhorn MD Award. Dr. Douglas Robert Wright. Elizabeth Schweitzer Yaffe the Donald W. Goodwin, MD Award. Dr. Shara Leanne Young. Dr. Stephen Glenn Young, the Don Carlos Guffey Award. Dr. Courtney Younglove.
The next part of our program is the reciting of the Hippocratic Oath. This is found in your program. Tonight, I would like to invite all of the physicians in the audience and on the stage to stand with our graduates and recite and renew your oath with them. I would like to introduce Dr. Joseph Meek from the Wichita campus, Dean of that campus, who will lead us in the Hippocratic Oath.
The reciting of the Hippocratic Oath is a tradition which represents the physician's public affirmation of values of our profession. So graduates and physicians in the audience, please raise your right hand and repeat the oath in unison with me. Upon this day of graduation from the University of Kansas School of Medicine, as I seek admission to the medical profession, I do so solemnly affirm, as did the ancient Greeks, by all that I hold most sacred, that according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and its stipulations, to hold my teachers in this art equal to mine own parents, and to extend to them the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will, by precept, lecture, and every other mode of instruction, impart a knowledge of the art to my sons and daughters and those of my teachers, and to disciples bound by covenant and oath according to the law of medicine. I will follow the system of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients, and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and the prevention of disease, and will give no drugs and perform no operations for a criminal purpose, nor far less suggest such things. With honor and dignity I will practice my profession, not permitting consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between duty and my patient. Into whatever house I will enter, I will go for the benefit of the sick, and will abstain from every voluntary act of wrongdoing or corruption. Whatever I may see or hear in the lives of men, which ought not to be spoken abroad, I will not divulge, reckoning that such should be kept secret. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respected by all men in all times. But should I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot. Graduates, you're now physicians. Congratulations.
medicine, a profession and a tradition reaching back over 2,000 years to the time of Hippocrates and stretching ahead for each of you through the decades of your own practice. Please remember that you take with you the very best wishes of the faculty and staff of your medical school. The class of 2001 has selected 2 members of its class to address you. And first, I'd like to introduce Dr. Carly Evans.
Greetings and welcome to KU Med graduation. Indulge us a moment as we rejoice in celebration. For the journey's been long and the road has been hard, but through much sacrificing, we have reached our reward. Each of us has our own story, and we come from far and near. But no matter how we reached it, we all deserve to be here. Let's look back a moment at the first year we shared. Remember Battenfeld Hall as we sat there so scared? Not knowing what we were in for, but excited just the same. The possibilities were endless, a chance at fortune and fame. We endured long lectures, endless reading in classes, and lab after lab to learn our elbow from our patellas. Dissecting cadavers took a lot of our nerve, and one more night at the jigger, and we might have got the Starling curve. But despite the stresses and the countless pages of netter, new friendships were formed that would only get better. Second year found us moved all around, from Battenfeld to Reiki and that relentless jackhammer sound. Mosby and Rubin became our best friends, and Furtado's ancient bug sheets seemed to never end. Some of us came to classes, though many a crossword was done, and Joy's avid note-taking helped our afternoons be more fun. With more time on our hands, friendships continued to bloom, but the threat of step 1 started to loom. Second year is over, and third year begins, a bittersweet parting for our Wichita friends. We've got our white coats now, and our pagers clipped on, although with the first beep, all our knowledge was gone. Being pimped by attendings and questions galore. I don't know, but I'll look it up. Could I say that once more? From surgery to psych, administering care. But dear God, you want me to put my finger where? We all had that special patient that touched our heart. And when we're gone from here, let's remember that part. We learn to listen and hear what they say, remembering that we all might be patients someday. At last, fourth year is here. Are we really in school? Should I play golf today or sit by the pool? Deciding our specialty, some of us knew right away, but some of us wavered right up to the day. Although interviews made us nervous, there was no need for alarm, for how could residents resist our Kansas wit and charm? So we put on our suits, practiced handshakes and smiles, and boy did we rack up those frequent flyer miles. Then match day arrived. We'll all soon be MDs. Where will we go? The envelope, please. That brings us to now. Our residencies await. Long hours and low pay will soon fill our plate. We look to the future with joy and elation, though if we're honest, some mild trepidation. Things will get hard, but if we get in a rut, at least now we have long coats to cover our butt. For who knows what's ahead as we go our separate ways, though I'm sure we'll remember what we shared in these days. And if we find ourselves longing to reconnect someday, just phone a hospital on any major holiday and ask for the intern who is roaming the hall, because surely one of us will be the one on call. Of all that we've learned, one thing remains prudent. Though we all may be doctors, we'll always be students. And as this journey ends and a new one begins, thanks to all who stood by us, our families and friends. Without you, we couldn't have made it. We know you sacrificed too. Although we might not have said it, we are so grateful to you. You've helped us succeed and have our day in the sun. So here's to us, KU Med, class of 2001. Thank you.
That was terrific. I'd like to introduce Dr. John Bonino.
Unfortunately, I have the worst job tonight. I have to follow that excellent speech by Carly Evans. Faculty, family, friends, and honored guests, I'm proud to speak before you today for the KU School of Medicine class of 2001. On behalf of our class, I extend a warm welcome and the deepest appreciation for your participation on this very special day. Well, it's been a long journey since we began medical school about 4 years ago. At certain points, time crawled, while at others it seemed to fly by. But here we are, 4 years later, at the brink of a new chapter in our training. I know I'm not the only one who's reflected about the past several years and wondered, why did I do this again? A good friend told me a joke recently that helped to put things in perspective. Apparently about 3 months ago, a very famous surgeon passed away from a heart attack while in the operating room. As the surgeon approached the gates of heaven, he was stopped by an angel dressed completely in white. The angel told him that in order to enter heaven, he must remove his green surgical scrubs and put on a white robe. The surgeon, after hearing the angel's request, became very upset. I have saved hundreds of lives during my 10 years as surgeon. Surely you should let me wear my green surgical scrubs in heaven. I'm sorry, said the angel, but like everyone else, you must wear this white robe. The surgeon, seeing no alternative, grudgingly accepted the robe, removed his scrubs, and entered the gates of heaven. Several days later, the surgeon was socializing with some colleagues when he noticed a man walking around in green surgical scrubs. He became infuriated and stormed to the gates of heaven to confront the angel about what he had seen. What is going on here, he demanded. Some man is walking around here wearing green surgical scrubs. Surely no one is more deserving of wearing those scrubs than me. Point him out to me, said the angel. The surgeon quickly pointed the man walking around in the surgical wear. Oh, don't mind him, said the angel. That's only God. He thinks he's a surgeon. Even though this joke insinuates that the motivation for becoming a doctor is to fill some godlike complex, we all know better, or at least I hope so. In fact, many current physicians believe that the profession has already seen its greatest days. I mean, here we are, after 8 years of post-high school training, tens of thousands of dollars in debt, likely in the worst physical condition of our life, and on the brink of beginning a job that will consume over 100 hours a week and pay us somewhere around $6 or $7 an hour. So why do we do it? The students sitting here before you are bright ones who had a variety of opportunities before them at the time of college graduation, and yet still chose to pursue a career with an extremely high rate of divorce, suicide, and burnout. I'm sure that most of us during our reflections didn't find the answer to the question of why we did it, fondly recalling the many long days and even longer nights attending classes and studying at the medical center. I seriously doubt any of us entered school with the driving desire to take a great many exams and read a large number of textbooks. And I know consuming our summers preparing for steps 1 and 2 of the medical licensing exam was not at the forefront of our minds as a reason for submitting that application. The answer to the question of why we did it is most likely found, however, when reflecting on our clinical rotations the last 2 years of medical school. Whether the answer was found delivering that first baby, treating that first child, participating in a surgery to alleviate someone's suffering, or helping to make someone comfortable during the final few days of their life, these experiences and opportunities have made this journey so very much worthwhile. No amount of managed care influence or government bureaucratic involvement will be able to take away the intangible rewards that these experiences give us. The camaraderie that we as colleagues share with one another is a bond that can never be broken. The commitment and dedication that each of us have for our patients will not wane. The responsibility that we will assume for people's mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, and husbands and wives will not falter. As I look out at my classmates today, I feel a great pride about being part of this graduating class. In the past 4 years, I've met some extremely dedicated, hardworking, and honorable people.
These graduates are a direct reflection of each and every one of you in the audience tonight. The faculty and staff who strive to produce not only sound scientists, but also compassionate leaders. The mothers and fathers of the candidates,
whose hard work and love open the doors of opportunity for each of us to follow our dreams. And the friends and relatives who offered support every step of the way. I thought I would conclude my talk tonight with a quote from the famous physician and writer, Sir William Osler, who spoke to a group of graduating students. The practice of medicine is an art, not a trade, a calling, not a business, in which your heart will be exercised equally with your head. Often the best part of your work will have nothing to do with potions and powders, but with the exercise of an influence of the strong upon the weak and the righteous upon the wicked. To you as the trusted family counselor, the father will come with his anxieties, the mother with her hidden grief, and the sons and daughters with their trials. Fully 1/3 of the work you do you will never find in any of your textbooks. Remember, courage and cheerfulness will not only carry you over the rough places in life,
but will enable you to bring comfort and help to the weak-hearted and console you during the saddest hours. Thank you.
Your class, that was fantastic speakers. That was wonderful. I'm sure I speak to this entire audience when I say to this group of graduates, collectively and individually, that we are proud of you and your achievements. We here on the platform and all of the others in Wichita and Kansas City are proud to have had a part in your education. We look forward to your future accomplishments with that same sense of pride as well. With us here tonight are other groups who are very much a part of this ceremony and who deserve special recognition. They are the family members who have contributed so much to those who are receiving their degrees. First, those of you who are wives or husbands of the graduates, would you please stand, and if your children or others have them